Hey there guys, Mark from eLab. We are in running season. And so we're having in both our physio clinics and in eLab, we're having people coming in with a burst of Achilles problems, Achilles tendinopathies, sometimes Achilles strains. And so we want to talk to you about what you should be doing to avoid this and help you running better, faster, with less injury through there. So the Achilles, the biggest tendon in our body, can take up to 12 times your body weight in load every time you hit the ground, which is a huge amount. So do the math, 12 times your mass times how many times it hits the ground when you're running. Now, the issue with the Achilles is we often don't have the right training to develop the collagen within the tendon. So the tendon is made up of really organized tissue called collagen, and that collagen has to be able to rebound and stretch a number of times under high loads. And so it's relied on a few things to make sure that the tendon is able to survive and give us the greatest force output through our running. Firstly, it's really important that we're training the whole chain, which is all the way from foot, knee, hip, all the way to upper body, to make sure that we're keeping really nice alignment. If we don't have good glute control, we're going to get what's called Trendelenburg gait, or some sort of hip hitching through here, and that's going to create an internal rotation force down through the ankle, foot, and also the Achilles. The Achilles tendon is built to go in one plane, generally. If it takes rotation forces or deviation forces, it doesn't like those movements as much. So we really want to be able to train ourselves to land and stay in this line through here. So good glute strength, good core strength, nice alignment. Okay, so lots of exercises based around that, and you'll see those on our program as well. The other thing, if our foot control or our shoe selection isn't good, we're going to get either pronation through here, which is a really common thing, or sometimes we can land in a little bit of supination. Now what that does to the tendon, when you land, instead of having this beautiful, nice straight tendon which just rebounds straight, you start to get a deviation through the tendon through here. So it starts to, say for example, you're pronating in through here, you're going to get a movement of the tendon like this. So imagine like a bungee cord coming down through here. The fibers on this side are going to overstretch, while these guys on the inside aren't doing much work at all. And so now you've got 12 times, for example, your body weight coming down through the tendon, rebounding through here, but you're putting so much more stress on the outside ones. And so we often see the Achilles tendinopathies, or the breakdown of the collagen, happen on one side more than the other, okay? And so you're really putting too much load and not usually using the whole tendon to absorb the force. So really important that you get foot control, shoe selection, the whole chain has to be working really well. The other thing is train your collagen. There's a coefficient of called stiffness of the tendon, and which means as you train the tendon, it's going to actually get stiffer. Now we don't mean tighter, like less flexible, but it's got a stiffer coefficient. So the easiest way to think of that is like a bungee cord. So you got jumping off one bungee cord, which is super stretchy. Imagine that hitting the ground and rebounding. It would be like, and then go. Or a stiffer coefficient would be, it would go stiff, bang, 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 through here. And so now you're bouncing along the pavement and running with much more efficiency. Therefore, you don't have to use as much muscle force. You just put your body in the right position and it rebounds really well. Now to train that, you need two things. You need high strength loads. So you need to be training your Achilles with high loads of strength. Yeah, so putting on as much weight as you can, doing repetitions of say 6 to 12. The other thing you need is your plyometric stuff. So skipping isn't too bad, but you want to be doing things like box jumps. You want to be doing things like speed calf raises, okay? Worst case scenario, just calf raises. Go slow, controlled calf raises, making sure you're pushing evenly from the inside and outside of the foot. Yeah, and then you can do some explosive ones as well. And so jumping, box jumps, sled. We use the sled or prowler. Really efficient exercise for generating calf control. But bottom
scooters.
Scooters, another one. You come up in the scooters. Here. pressing, and then up onto your toes, driving. This will allow you to assess your whole chain as well. Can you control your alignment? Make sure your shoes and your foot control is really good. Make sure you are training your Achilles both through strong force and dynamic force. Get your stiffness of your Achilles, and you'll be running faster and you'll be running with no injury.